it was probably that by far was the biggest issue. It was just living the moment and not seeing that like, wow, I actually want peace and quiet and be at home. And it's just just having would y'all not agree that when you're in a relationship, things are just kind of more your schedule, things are kind of easier to follow on a day-to-day schedule? Or would you disagree, agree? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that more depends on like the person in general, though. Like, if I'm an organized person, then I'm gonna try and incorporate that in my relationship. But if they're not an organized person, then it's gonna be more difficult.
Would you try to change them or help them become more organized?
That also depends on the connection, because are you trying to change them?
On that dynamic that you guys have between you two. Not to say that you can't have a person that's like things a certain way, like is organized, and one that isn't, like that can't work. It definitely can. But like you said, it really just depends on the dynamic between the two.
Would that be a reason? Would that be a deciding factor to like walk away from a relationship?
I don't know that it would be like the reason, but it might be a part of it. Maybe I could see that, but I don't know. I would have to. Again, it's kind of a dynamic thing. It's like, damn, we're so like. It just depends on how. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it depends on the dynamic. Because if it's to such an extreme to where you feel uncomfortable and not yourself, then I can understand that. You know what I mean? But
are there any things that are like, okay, that is a red flag, I gotta go, we can't be together anymore? Anything that's a complete automatic, like, yo, I'm out of here, in terms of behaviors? Like, look, you got one.
No, I was gonna say, what do you I want you to structure the question better. Like,
so if I know how some people will say, like, what are your turn offs and turn ons? What's something that for you is an automatic X, like strike, like, yo, I can't?
Okay, so now we're getting like we're just talking specific
preference, or maybe so just try to relate the best way you can. Anything that you particularly like. Okay, I know I can't stand X, Y, or Z about a partner or whatever the case, or a person. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna make mine brief, but one red flag for me, definitely just with where I've been.
I swear, every time you get it, the train comes. That's bullshit. I looked at the times before we got here.
One specific red flag for me, just because where I've been in my life recently, and I just know in the direction in which I want to go moving forward. I guess a woman that likes to go out weekly, like to, you're
not messing with that?
A club setting, bar setting, whatever. Like, I'm cool with us going out, every now and then.
But like, a promoter, G.
Well, no, see, now that's the thing. I wouldn't really look for no promoter like that. At least, that's just not my mindset. But yeah, just a woman that's just kind of just religiously going out every weekend. Like, that is her comfortable setting. Like, it's cool. I'm not knocking it, but it's just, for me, it's just not preferred. So that would be one red flag for me.
So it could never work for you, or just depend on the situation?
I mean, you can never say never, to almost anything. There's always exceptions and things you can work through. But
true.
As far as preference wise, that would stand out as a red flag to me.
Okay.
I'm pretty much, I'm not gonna say I'm homebodied, but I kind of like that balance of just
every now and then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, every now and then we could step out or whatever, get cute or whatever. Like, we could still go out into dinners and stuff like that, but that whole club setting, bar setting, like, I'm cool on that. Like, I'd rather just be at the crib.
I feel it. Anything?
I definitely agree with that. I think I'm less open to going out and to bars now than I was maybe like a couple years ago even.
Yeah.
And especially in college, I was going out all the time. So that wasn't even a disqualifying factor for me then. But now I feel like I wouldn't even consider it growth, but I would just say that phase of my life is done, you know? And so I don't really have that desire to go out, like that. So I definitely see that now as something that I'm like, all right, that's a red flag.
Right.
Because this is the space that I'm in right now.
Exactly.
If I'm going to spend my time on the weekends, that just seems like a waste of money to me, especially. And when I look at it and I'm like, damn, $6 for a drink, that's like maybe a whole shot.
It's just $6, big homie.
3 of those could buy me a bottle, like at the liquor store. You know, I'll throw my own damn party. You know,
Or
what
a
the
whole
fuck?
damn pack of water, like a case of water.
Facts, like
with some ramen noodles.
man,
You know,
what?
like that.
So, look, I'm just saying that's another issue that I have with going out as well. It's just like thinking about how much fucking money people spend just to get fucked up for a night, not really do shit. Maybe you get laid, shook your ass or something, went back to sleep, went to church on Sunday, like, you know, like.
No, that's real. Yeah.
So I don't know. At this point, for me, it used to be an escape, and I look at it and look at people differently if that's something that they do like on a super consistent basis. Because is that what you're doing? Like, are you trying to escape? Like, I don't know.
Now let me ask you this, because you just brought up the bar scene, which is a great example. Does it matter where you meet a woman? So let's say if you get a chick's number in the bar versus Starbucks, for example, does that play a factor into how you kind of see the relationship going, or does it kind of depend on getting to know her?